this thing on? Can you hear me? I know you can hear me. That's good. All right. It's a little bit of a delay, but we will manage. You're very dim. Why don't you raise your own value, man? Well, make it double max. Hello. Welcome to the thing. Reverend Dr. Thomas. You're new. Oh boy. Just give me one moment. Okay, let's see something real quick. I think I found out what the buzzing was about. I'm hoping that it's not putting everything in the left channel still. That'd be a little cringe. My phantom power is on. If it wasn't, my mic wouldn't work. But I'm wondering why it's all showing up in the left channel. Very, very interesting. Hmm. 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 Look at all these beautiful vegans we have in chat. Isn't that fantastic? Alright. Okay. Let's hope that works. Okay, cool. Now I should be coming through both of your ears. So, what is going on, everybody? Uh, how are you doing? SaLads and the like. So, uh, there are a few things that will be changing for us all in the SaLads Discord that need to be made clear for everybody. So I figured I'd make that my first stream. So for the first big thing, obviously, is that the formerly SaLads Discord is rebranding because we will no longer be, unfortunately, associated with the Vegan Gays YouTube channel. Um, the server will be moving on, and you know, as much as we all will miss the Flemper, she has moved on from Discord, so we will not have her as a part of the leadership anymore. I'm not saying she'll never show up again, but she's no longer the leader of the server. I'm sure you've all noticed that I've been in charge of that for quite a while. So that's the first announcement is that yeah, Ellie's a little she's gone. Uh, Next announcement is this here channel that has now this one stream on it. My channel, the Vegan Ujita channel, will be the one that will, I guess, be making content that's associated with the server, which doesn't have a new name yet. So that's what's happening right now. Yes, Rip Smelleth, she will be missed. On top of that, the server will be changing a bit. We're going to be going full animal rights advocacy on that front. We already planned on doing this, but recent events have kind of sped things up, and we're going to be trying to make that a very quick thing. So there's going to be new chats. We're going to try and start spreading our wings and adding new people to try and start making people stop abusing animals and such. So on top of that, we will, for obvious reasons, after everyone has become aware of the situation with the animal rights advocacy server, we will be cracking down on our treatment of minors. So, one, the frog role, which was formerly for us moderators to be aware of who was a minor to make sure that appropriate behavior was kept with them, has been changed to a new role that very clearly makes it very clear that they are under 18 years old, so that there is no excuse for any behavior towards them, inside or outside of the server. You are aware that they are a minor. So if any inappropriate contact happens, you are gone. You are gone, and we will make sure that everyone in our community knows why you are gone. Um, uh, then on and on top of that, uh, and following off of that, we will just have a general attitude against misconduct, including towards other adults and with minors against minors. So we just won't tolerate any kind of behavior like that. If you plan on being inappropriate towards other people in our spaces, then you can fuck off. It's about that simple. Um, so yeah, as well, since we are rebranding, we need a new name. So we have a little chat here, which I need to look at the name of because I forgot what's it called. Server name change. So in there, we have people positing new names for the server. So feel free to add one in there, and we will be polling to find out which one the SaLads like the best to be the new name, and we will be using that going forward. So, democracy, yay. On top of that, I will be making an effort to actually stream on this channel so that I can give you dorks something to watch every once in a while, so you can have me I don't know, probably responding to something that'll make me angry, because for some reason people like it when I'm angry and yell at people. So you're late, Casey, and because of this you will now be punished to the highest extent of my power. Well, I guess I'm sorry I can't move the mic. Then Dilbert over here, he'll fall down. So you'll just have to deal with it. Also, fun fact: if if any of you give me a second. If any of you want to want me to respond to something, I do have a little setup here so that I can just kind of have that nonsense over here if you want me to suffer. So there you go. So well, Casey, you basically missed the entire announcement because you're late. So you should feel bad about it. Now because Casey has decided to question our power, everyone call him smelly and stinky and all of the things. Let's see. Yes, you can do all of the swearing. You can say all the hecks and fricks and darns and dang it's you want. Yeah, you know what? I agree. Casey, you're grounded. You're double grounded, triple grounded even. um, let's see. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can do something a little more interesting, I guess. uh, Bro. No, sorry, I almost moved the mic. I almost ended Dilbert's life. I mean, just look at Dilbert go. Look at him. Amazing. Um, I guess we can start the pain now. If anybody has some anti-vegan nonsense I can look at, maybe. Let's see. Yes, this is Dilbert right here, and that's Jerry Seinfeld over there. Hmm. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, it's probably important to make it clear as well that people, I mean, quite a few have joined, but as far as people from ARA who, the ones who don't like grooming children and don't want to be there anymore, will be they will be very much welcome. Uh, we do we do take in people who don't want to deal with that, but are looking for a place to exist and do advocacy if that was your thing, and clearly you don't feel comfortable doing advocacy in such a place. So. Is this our new trademark dance move? No. Unfortunately, this dance move is, I think it's actually already trademarked, so we can't have it. But look at him go. Oh, yeah, well, there goes the illusion. Let's see if I can search for some. Okay, let's see if we can find some anti-vegan nonsense for me to respond to. Well, I guess this is where the suffering begins. I found a random video that I guess we can suffer through. Oh, wrong one. This is a channel called Anti-Vegan. Very creative, very creative. So, let's hope I don't have a stroke in the middle of watching this, I guess. Non-vegan leftists aren't leftists, therefore they are nonsense. I mean, I agree that they are nonsense. I do agree with that. They do need to cut the shit and, fight against oppression across the board instead of just oppression that's convenient to argue against. Also, welcome, Pretty Pretentious. You are based and epic and cool and don't smell bad, unlike Casey. Alright, let's see what happens.
Hi, my name's Tuesday. I am the anti-vegan, in case you haven't heard. One of the topics I would like to bring up today is how meat eaters actually believe eating meat is bad.
I mean, definitely there are some, and those people are hypocrites and get on my fucking nerves, so let's see what else she says.
They sit there eating their steak, they go buy their hamburgers, they go eat their chicken, happily, gladly, satiating, and they have no problem with it when they're eating. They have no guilt. They really don't. They are too connected to their body to actually let it go, which is a good thing.
Too connected to their body? What the fuck does that mean? Like, what is it? What is it? Is this like some spiritual bullshit? They sit down and meditate, and their body just tells them, "Oh, yes, this is what I need. Ah, yes, give me the sweet flesh. That's what I want." If your body's telling you that, then I don't know, get a better body, I guess, because that's fucking stupid.
They are also what vegans would say weak-minded, because
Hard agree.
they believe, with cognitive dissonance in their own head, that eating meat causes heart disease, that it causes cancer.
Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. So the people who believe that eating meat is wrong and don't and still eat meat, they're not the ones with cognitive dissonance. The cognitive dissonance is instead in the hands of the people who go, the vegans who are out there going, you know that not only is this shit wrong, but it also causes disease to eat these things. They're the ones with the cognitive dissonance apparently. Cool. I actually have a challenge to all these hippy dippy types. Next time that they say something fucking vapid like connection to your body, I want you to explain what that means. And if you can't do it in without using the words spiritual, or without using the words spiritual, connection, journey, or fucking any other such useless fucking nebulous words, then I guess you win not being a complete nutcase, I guess. But I I doubt it because it's usually just nebulous nonsense because it's easy to say something that sounds like it means something that's just bullshit and be like, yes, I'm connected to my body. That's why I do it. Okay. The fuck does that mean? I'm connected to my body too. Last time I checked, I am my body. So what the fuck? What does that mean? Doesn't tell me anything. If you have some, excuse me, some deep emotional bond with your skin, I don't care. Doesn't tell you anything. Ah, yes, the self-aligning chakras, genius. Well, you know, you're right. You're right. Journey, 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 journey. Veganism debunked.
Eating meat causing high blood pressure is the hugest lie of them all.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. Huh. Would you look at that? Let's see if we can find a better source. Interesting. Yeah, go away. Let's see. Important dietary source of protein. Disagree with that. Let's see. Prevalence of hyperlipidemia and elevated BP were high among NCA Maasai. We found a significant association between red meat consumption and hyperlipidemia. Further follow-up studies are warranted to establish temporal relationship between red meat consumption and both conditions. I mean, considering scientists and neurologists have yet to discover where exactly the seat of consciousness is, everyone can truly see they're connected to their body. Well, technically, sorry, not technically. As far as I'm concerned, my brain is actually it's in my mustache. That's where my consciousness is. You remove my mustache, I die. So there you go. But I'm just. I mean, just looking at you just kind of take this random piece of research and it's just like, clearly there's a connection there, or we can. I really don't want to go into reading new studies, but it's just these people say these things, and then just you can just find the research that just kind of is like, no, these things are associated with each other. So, the fuck. Oop. Uh-oh. Ooh. There we go. I don't get it. It's always, they are lying. This is not true. And then it's not hard to just find this shit. You can literally, I mean, you can either go on a fucking site, on a study website, and just look at the research showing this shit, or if you're especially lazy, go on Google, look it up, and you can see, you can either find the studies or go to Harvard or something, and they'll have a page like, yep, there's an association. Excuse me. Oh, Bo, see your chakras are they're actually somewhere between your ears and your toenails. They can't be any higher or lower than that. So don't look for them. Don't look for them up here. They're not there.
It's a heinous lie, a dangerous lie.
A heinous lie, guys. A dangerous lie. Also, I'm just curious. Nearly half of adults in the United States, 47% of the U.S. has hypertension. Hmm. Very interesting. I'm curious. Alright, I'm taking bets now. Does anybody think that there's going to be a point in this video where she pulls out some kind of evidence that the link between hypertension and meat is false and is stupid and stinky, or do you think she's just going to say it's wrong and then she's going to say something else? Let's see what happens.
Lie that needs to be stopped. I want to bring up how even my own father, as a meat eater.
Hey, look at that. If you guessed, she just says it and moves on. You were correct. And let's just do a quick check. Let's see if maybe there's some citations in the. Oh nope, that's the whole description. That's it. That's it. Just
Admits that he feels guilty eating meat.
well, it sounds like your father needs to quit being a little bitch and just stop eating meat. Then, if he's guilty, if he realizes that something he's doing is wrong and fucked up, maybe he just shouldn't be doing it. Has he ever considered that?
He's been brought up in this society, not taught how to hunt, and he somehow has got it through his head that vegans are right.
Well, that's pretty based. So, there you go.
At least on the ethical matter of it all.
It's because we are. Deal with it. Don't hate just because your dad is right. You see this? I mean, when your parent says something like this, when they say, "Damn, I am wrong about something," I think it's these other people have got it right. When someone who's an older individual says some shit like that, and you just go, "What? You think you're wrong? You idiot? You dumbass?" It's like, what? So he thinks about the ethical ramifications of his behavior, and he's wrong. I don't understand. I guess you know what? I guess you know what? Fuck it, right? It's not unethical. So you know what? I say we all just go out, get some cats, and just make some cat steaks, sprinkle some dog eggs on top. Maybe maybe even get some turtles. Throw some turtle milk on there for that extra, and then call it a day. How many subscribers does she have? Let's check. 5.21K. That's quite a few people. There's another idiot who doesn't know what veganism is. I mean, you're not wrong. So like, I feel like this comedy show happens all the time. It'll just be, yeah, these vegans, they have a point on the ethical issues. Like, you mean the literally the only thing that we're actually arguing for? And how the whole diet aspect is literally just an argument for those fucking whiny piss babies who want to go. I can't go vegan because I need my proteins, and without my proteins, I'll turn to dust. And then you come in and go, you can get protein as a vegan, so shut the fuck up and stop killing animals. And then they go, these vegans are crazy because they think you can get protein, even though, protein just comes from organic matter. Cat steaks, all her subs are Fruit Loops, I agree. All of them. Every single one of them. And then some.
It's pretty clear that eating meat is weird. It's pretty obvious
Yeah.
that because we're humans and we're able to actually think about it, that makes us have cognitive dissonance.
Yes.
That it makes us indecisive, confused. We shouldn't be so confused. I'm done being confused.
Wait a minute. So if she's done being confused and such, that means that she's admitting. Sorry, she's over here for you guys. She's over here for you guys. Over there in that direction. She realizes that it's wrong and it's fucked up, and to deal with her cognitive dissonance, instead of going, maybe I should stop doing this thing so that I can stop feeling guilty because I realize that it's wrong and that it harms others. Instead, the conclusion is, I'm not wrong. I shouldn't feel bad about it. Time to stab animals in the throat.
When I get in these arguments with my dad about how veganism almost killed me.
No, you almost killed yourself probably doing some stupid fad diet and calling it veganism like a fucking dipshit. I mean, I'm talking like $10 to everybody who said Journey earlier, but it's just this. I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet $10. $10 says this was her veganism. Oh boy, I sure do want to be healthy. Let's try that veganism out. And instead of, actual veganism and caring about animal ethics, I'm going to now just kind of eat raw food or fast or some other ridiculous, useless bullshit that has nothing to do with animal rights. And then that's somehow the fault of veganism because you don't know how to just eat 2,000 calories a day.
How I literally almost starved to death.
There we go. Almost starved to death. Yep. Literally just didn't know how to eat 2,000 calories a day.
I became severely malnourished.
Severely malnourished.
How I ended up with all these adrenal issues, hypothyroid, anemia, all sorts of crap that could have.
All which come with not eating enough calories. Like, you don't eat enough, you're going to fuck yourself up. We find this over and over again. Whether it's someone deciding that not eating for 45 days is somehow going to cleanse their body, and then apparently that's the fault of veganism somehow. Or when someone decides that they're going to only eat raw food, and in that eating of only raw food, not eat enough calories to sustain their active lifestyle. Or they're just going to sun gaze, or do any manner of just stupid, useless shit that has nothing to do with veganism. And then when they go, wait a minute, this not eating has suddenly made me not sustained. I blame veganism, even though, somehow an animal rights stance has made me an emaciated fuck, and it's definitely not my fault. I mean, it's really not that difficult, right? Like, I've been there before. I had to sit, like, when I was in college, I was commuting back and forth, and because I wasn't paying attention, I wasn't eating enough. I was fucking hungry as fuck. You know what I did? I sat down and went, oh wait, I'm not eating enough. I guess I'll eat more. Problem solved. Look at me, still alive. That's crazy.
Been prevented if I just would have eaten like a normal person.
You mean eat 2,000 calories a day? That usually helps.
I do believe it's weird to eat meat. I can't accept it.
Well, first it depends on what you mean by weird, because that's another nebulous term. If by weird you mean not normal, I mean, no, it's normal to be a weird, fucking weirdo who chomps on corpses. But if you mean weird as in it's fucking disgusting and just doesn't make sense, then sure, I agree.
I'm born in this world.
Wow. You hear that, guys? She's born in this world.
Somebody hunts for me, somebody cooks for me, and I don't have to do anything.
Wow. What's that? You live in a Western nation where where food is just readily available and nicely packaged in a box or plastic for you to just pick up, and all you have to do is go home and either eat it or cook it and eat it, and then you can just have all the sustenance you need, and somehow you almost starve to death? Yep. Clearly the pinnacle of intellect.
How is that my fault?
Okay, so we already have the victim complex where rather than taking the responsibility of my actions are harming animals, instead it's, well, I was born in a world where it's available, so might as well do it. It's not my fault I choose to do it. It's really the world's fault for just putting it there for me to do, right?
How could I be blamed for being
Because you're an adult and you have agency over your actions, you have access to the internet that allows you damn near infinite knowledge. You, again, are an adult and can go to the grocery store, pick up food that will nourish you, that will not harm animals. You can come home, you can literally can pick up your phone, or go on your computer, type in some website, plug in what the fuck you're eating, and go, I'm not eating enough. I should eat more. Or I should eat more of this vegetable because I'm not eating enough of a certain nutrient. It's not like this is the fucking 1940s and nobody knows what food is. And it's just, well, time to eat based on the food pyramid. No, we have the ability to literally just plug in what we're eating and go, nope, I ate enough today. I didn't eat enough today. I got enough of this nutrient. I didn't get enough of this nutrient. It's not hard. You are an adult. Like I said, when I was not eating enough, I went, okay, I need to just pay attention. Literally picked up my phone, went on a chronometer, plugged in what I was eating, and went, okay, I'm not eating enough, so let me start eating more food. And then I just used that until I had an understanding of the things I regularly eat and how many calories they are. And now, these days, I'll regularly just, before I eat something, because they have on the back of the package the calories, I'll go, okay, cool. And I could just get an idea of how much I'm eating in a day. It's not really that fucking difficult. If you that's the easiest way you can do it, is look at the back of the package and go, what's that, 100 calories per serving, and I'm eating like 6 servings of this? I wonder how much food that is. It ain't that hard.
programmed for being built this way?
I'm programmed for being built this way? I am programmed for being built this way. Well, perhaps you should be programmed to be built different like me and just take responsibility for your actions as an adult and stop abusing animals, I guess. Like, I don't even know what that combination of words means, but let's see if
That's
anything
like blaming
let's see if anything that makes sense comes out of this individual.
your car for breaking down when you give it sand instead of gasoline.
Yeah, except you're not a car, and I presume that you don't sit there while someone puts food in your mouth. I imagine that you grab a plate, fill it with the food that you have selected for yourself, and then grab your fork, spoon, or hand, and just into your own mouth. Number one, and number two. What? What the fuck does this car analogy have to do with taking responsibility for your actions, bro? Like you can't you can't just turn yourself into a fucking inanimate object that's just only that only exists to be exerted on by the world around you just so you can absolve yourself of the responsibility of your own actions.
I feel like when I'm talking to other people who get me, these
You notice that there's a severe lack of brain cells in that room.
things are so obvious and so clear.
Things do feel really obvious and clear when you're surrounded by other dipshits spouting the same thing. You don't have to think too hard.
But especially talking to a person who has empathy,
Empathy, huh? Interesting.
who is truly in touch with their compassion,
Truly in touch with their compassion? Why do I doubt this claim?
they seem to think that vegans sure as hell got that part right. That we're not supposed to eat animals, that it's weird, that it's bad for you. Somehow, along the line, Weston Price got swept underneath the rug.
Wait, what? Hold on. Did she just switch to another thought in the middle of her sentence? Because I could have sworn she started that talking about how the people that get her when they talk about vegans, and then we switched over to them. I thought she was going on to how they were gonna agree with her about how vegans are cringe and stinky, but instead she just goes, the vegans got that part right. Anyway, Vincent Price, what? Or was it Vincent Price?
Somehow, along the line, Weston Price
Sorry, Weston Price, my bad.
got swept.
I am I am so I don't
Underneath the rug. Our ancestors got swept underneath the rug.
Our ancestors got swept underneath the rug. Is she aware that the modern concept of consuming meat in fucking droves is a Western concept? Is she aware that only a few short generations ago, meat was a luxury item in the West? That most people were just they couldn't afford to just consume that luxury item? Or if we go further back, you would have the serfs who would work the fields and eat grain, and the meat went to the fucking rich fucking nobles, and they were the ones consuming meat, hence them being the fat ones. And this is why obesity was considered a sign of status, because they didn't have to move, and all their needs were met just by telling someone to do it. And then you had the people who worked the fields, and they just had to eat the cheap food, the food that grew out of the ground, that didn't need to be slaughtered, that didn't need to be hunted. Or we can go further back than that, with this weird idea that people have that Neanderthals are a human ancestor, which they're not. They were a cousin species, but Neanderthals and other human species, they weren't just like these fucking massive big brains that could somehow catch animals in droves to just consume massive amounts of meat. They had two options: either A, forage for whatever's available, or die. So if there was plants around, they ate that. If there wasn't, they tried to get the animals. Which, I don't know if you noticed this, but it's very difficult to catch animals with spears and rocks, and even with snares and such. when you have to build them on especially when you have to build them on an empty stomach because you're an ancient man that struggles to exist. Like we know these things. We know that there was this idea of humans just gorging themselves on meat is ridiculous. And as more evidence is discovered, we just keep finding that it's more accurate that the majority of their diet was plants, and just in areas where they couldn't get plants, that's where they had to survive off meat. And in those areas, and even and regardless of whether they are in those areas or in areas with more fucking plant life, eventually they all discovered the reality that if we put seeds in the ground, we get food, and then would eat that because it's way easier and more efficient for a human to put seeds in the ground than to expend a whole bunch of energy to kill an animal which is faster than you, adapted to run away, and there's a good chance that you won't catch it, and if you don't catch it, you wasted all that energy, and if you do catch it, there's no guarantee that that's gonna be more than just a few days' food for your fucking group. Like this isn't some. I don't understand. Like who's who buys this shit? Who thinks that humans were just out there like meat? Hell yeah, let's get all of that. We weren't evolved for it. We're apes. We're relatively slow. We're not that strong. We don't have claws. We don't have sharp teeth. We just kind of run. We kind of run things down and hope we can catch them, and then throw something at them, or hit it with an arrow, or or like we're we're not shit. Actually, even the more efficient predators like fucking big cats don't catch things that often, and they'll go days without eating. So what the fuck makes people think that we were just these massive predators before we had the ability to just grab a gun and start mowing things down in seconds? Even with a rabbit, if they bite in the prehistoric times, you get an infection. There goes your fingers. Well, it's actually also very possible that infection could just mean death. Because back then, obviously, we didn't understand disease, so it's like you get an infection. Oh, your finger's infected. Oh no. That cavemen didn't hunt woolly mammoths while riding saber-toothed tigers. I'm very confused by that, because woolly mammoths. Whatever. Well, I think the point's been made. I think we understand why it just doesn't make any sense. And on top of that, even if, let's say our ancestors were these fucking super hunters that could just hunt a million buffalo a day and could take down a woolly mammoth with their bare hands, what does that how does that in any way inform us about how we should treat animals today? It's like, so, like, if there was, like, so if we back in if our ancestors actually shit, we know our ancestors would get into scuffles with each other and would fucking kill each other, and in some cases would eat each other. So does that mean we should just it's just fine to do the tribalism thing? It should be like, oh, you're not a part of my group, time to die, because our ancestors did that for a long time? Doesn't really add up. Doesn't work.
Your very own grandparents, their grandparents, how did they eat? It's just
My grandparents did not eat very healthfully. I know that much, and given that that they just grew up in that generation where meat started to become a more of a first world luxury rather than a rich luxury, I would assume their grandparents did not eat nearly as much meat as they did. Even then, my grandfather is, he's gonna be vegan soon, you know, whatever that means. But he realizes that the animal foods they weren't doing him too well. So now he's a filthy pescatarian these days. But
sad, and it's really hard to talk to my sister, to my dad, to her boyfriend, because they actually believe with all of their heart that they're doing fine. They don't see the fatigue. They don't notice it. they think that it's just getting old. They
Wait, what? Hold on. What?
that they're doing fine because they actually believe with all of their heart that they're doing fine. They don't see the fatigue. They don't notice it. They think that it's just getting old. They think
Well, okay, no, she's definitely just mashing thoughts together mid-sentence because she was just talking about ancestors and how people leave their ancestors behind, and then when she moves on to her family, then it's just, yeah, my family, they all. I thought she was gonna get onto her point about her family thinking that veganism is correct, but now getting apparently them getting old isn't them getting old. I don't. Did anyone else? Did anyone else follow that? Did anyone else follow this line of thought? Because I'm fucking lost.
that when they come home from work, stressed out and tired, that's just life.
What? What, what does? What does? Okay, this is a completely different issue now. Now she's talking about being exhausted from work. Well, okay, I guess assuming that she's making a point that working these ridiculous jobs where you're handing your life away and suffering is stupid, then I agree, sure. But what did that have to do with what she was talking about literally in the other half of the sentence? What?
They think that's just the way it's supposed to be, that it's normal. It's not supposed to be that way. No matter who you are, whether you're a vegan or an omnivore, you're not supposed to come home from work and be exhausted like that.
Okay, I'm lost. I'm completely lost. Why are we? Now we're talking about work, about the weird work culture where where people work themselves to the bone and then become a husk by the time they're like 50 or 60. Sure, I agree that that's fucked up, but what does that have to do with what she was just talking about? I thought she was telling us how vegans are bad, but all it's just been is just weird tangents that don't have anything to do with the initial statement, but whatever.
Maybe on the last day of the week, yeah, I get it. You've been there all week. But seriously? When I used to, right now I'm working from home, making my own handmade jewelry, and I'm not.
Okay, I'm not. I know it's not. It's kind of fucked up, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that someone like this they just make jewelry and sell it on the internet.
Working in an actual job right now. But when I did have a job and I had to work 8 to 5 every single day, Monday through Friday, when I would come home from work, I would.
Okay, I don't. I'm lost. I thought this was why I hate veganism, and now I'm getting a lecture about how about how having a shitty job sucks. Yeah, I know. I've had a shitty job before. It's not fun. What?
Was like, yeah.
Honestly, Mike, I don't even think she's saying that. I think she's lost. I think she's lost the very plot she started writing. I think she's confused.
Out of work, hell yeah, party time. I'm done.
Alright,
Let's get
you
the
talk
fuck
too
out
slow.
of here, right? Like we were in school and summer came. It's like, yeah, let's go. Well, imagine this is vegans. You spend the entire school year waiting for some.
We're talking about vegans again. Let's slow it down. 1.25.
Summer. You spend the entire day at school waiting to go home so you can do your own thing, right? Well, vegans they just have enough energy to do what it takes to survive, and it's really sad.
Wait, is this it? Was she trying to make a fucking allegory comparing being vegan to working a hard job? That's what that's what that whole tirade was? Are you fucking kidding me? So literally just when you buy things, when you participate in things, when you live your life, you avoid abusing animals, and that's that's a full-time job. That's such an exhausting thing to literally, when you go to the grocery store, go, okay, cool. This is vegan. I will now buy this. Or when you buy shoes, you go, oh, these ones in leather. I don't want them. Or when, like, what? Or when you go to entertain yourself, instead of going to the zoo, you just go to the park, or you go see a movie, or just do something that doesn't exploit animals. That's just so very exhausting that it's comparable to a full-time job where you work yourself to the bone and come home every day exhausted. That those two things are similar. I want to die.
Dad, I see it happening to my sister. Somebody asked on this comment in an extremely rude manner that, do I think my sister's mentally ill? Like, how dare I call vegans mentally ill?
Oh, okay. So now we've established her sister is vegan. Okay, so she never established that earlier. She told us her dad, who was not vegan, thought vegans were correct, and then went on a tirade about something about her family, and then jobs bad, and then made that an allegory for veganism somehow.
No, she's not mentally ill yet.
Ah, her sister's not mentally ill yet. I wonder what it is that's gonna make her sister mentally ill. Let's find out.
Does she have neurotic behavior? Yes.
You know, not abusing animals causes neurotic behavior. Apparently, you just gotta just pick up an animal and just beat it in the face with a rock, or else you just suddenly start developing neurotic behavior. Of course.
Is he just like I was a year ago? Yes. That's why I know.
Uh, I don't think the neurotic behavior had anything to do with veganism, because I'm not quite sure, but I think that behavior might still be there. I could be wrong, but
She's gonna get sick. I don't want her to get sick. I want her to
this I don't. This is just
succeed.
this
I want
is really
veganism to
bad.
work for you.
I want vegans to work for you. No, no, you don't. You want to just lazily sit there and go wah, wah. It's not my fault that I almost starved myself. It's society's fault that reason stuff. I wish I could just sell shittily made jewelry on the internet and walk in circles and talk bullshit. That'd be nice.
to work for everybody. It doesn't matter what I want. That's like you're a child. You're sitting there with a gallon of sand trying to fill your tank up that takes gasoline.
Pouring sand in a gas tank. Eating plants. Sand is not a liquid. Sand does not fuel a combustion engine. Sand will gum up the works. Plants have micro and macronutrients that the human body can use to survive and move forward. Plants, especially since we live in a world where we've bred plants to be big as hell and have all kinds of nutrients, can provide you with energy. Sand does not provide a car with anything. It just will fuck up your car's engine. Plants will give you can eat plants and just be fine. But if you decide, like, frankly, a better version of her bullshit car thing would be, if you took her over here and went, see, I am over here and I take my gasoline, just stick the little nozzle in the car, fill the car up. You did this, click, and that's enough gas. And then wondered why you couldn't drive. And then went, well, it's your fault. It's actually your fault. It's the gasoline's fault that my car isn't moving. It wasn't that I didn't put enough gasoline in the car. It was that your gasoline is actually sand. No, she doesn't know she doesn't know how cars or bodies work. She doesn't know how cameras work. Clearly, since she's filming fucking vertically instead of horizontally like a fucking heathen.
It sickens me. Nobody wants to listen.
Damn, that's right, Will Ferrell, the good old anti-nutrients. I love hearing that, and I know you're fucking around, but just I love when people unironically say the anti-nutrients because they don't know what that fucking means.
The core is gone. Nobody fucking cares. Even the people who are scientists, even the people who know better.
I doubt she has ever looked at any kind of research in any way. I doubt she's read it. I doubt she's listened to any professionals actually going over data, and I doubt that she even understands what a scientist actually does.
Are sitting there lying.
Okay. Well, you heard it there, folks. The scientists, the professionals, they're all just lying to you. That's why the research doesn't agree with her weird ramblings. It's because they are all just liars, and it couldn't possibly be that this individual here who has no understanding of the research, who has not even read, who probably hasn't even read the conclusion of a study once. I'm sure she's correct that all that scientists, all the nutrition professionals, all the organizations that we've put forward with people who've spent time researching how diet affects the human body, all the medical organizations that deal with diabetes, with heart health, with all these things, they're all lying to you, and she really knows. Why does she really know? Because sand in gas tanks. So, you get wrecked, vegans. It's her journey, you lose. Get fucked.
Acting like they don't know that we're one big science experiment.
Okay?
So I've been talking to my dad a lot about mock meats, and he is talking about it like it's a good thing. Like,
let's see where this
oh, but
goes.
they can make real meat, like in a science lab, and it won't hurt anybody. It's real meat, though, and I just don't think he understands that it's not meat.
Hear that, folks? Lab-grown meat is not meat. Okay.
It's genetically modified. It's like
Factory farmed animals are genetically modified. Shut the fuck up.
Soylent Green. For all we know,
Soylent Green. Soylent Green, people. There you go. Lab-grown meat. It's going to be Soylent Green. Yes, because the scientists, they just want us. That's it. Yeah, that's what they really want, is for no reason in particular, they want to mimic a fucking dumbass movie and feed people other dead humans and pretend that it was meat made in a lab, and literally and magically no one will notice that all the meat seems to taste very much the same and doesn't taste anything like the meats they would recognize.
They're using human cells to create this meat. What do you know that they're doing? We don't.
That moving on.
PETA won't even accept the fact that these impossible burgers, that these chemically made, scientifically made burgers have to be tested on rats in order to know if it's okay to even eat.
One, no, they don't. The reason that they were tested was because that company is it's just run by people who are fucking hot garbage and care more about making money and what and who they associate with and are willing to sacrifice animal lives for money. That's number one. Number two, do how many of these dipshits are really sitting there thinking there's guys in lab coats like, all right, let's make a burger. We're just gonna we're gonna take some of this liquid over here, and we're just gonna. There we go. Impossible burger. We did it, boys. Bro, they just fucking mixed some fucking plants together, like they were making a fucking cake, and then just fucking messed around with a bunch of different food shit to get the taste they wanted. And then they fucking bred together some mushrooms to make heme iron. This is like mind-bogglingly stupid. Like this, like I don't even understand where this weird caricature of science it came from. Where it's just like, ah yes, literally anything is just, it's all just chemistry, where they just slap a couple of chemicals together and the thing is made. And also chemicals are bad inherently, just ignoring the fact that the word chemical describes fucking anything that's more complex than a fucking element, but whatever. I mean, I guess by that logic, water bad because water is a chemical. Oh no, I'm gonna poison myself with this dihydrogen monoxide, everybody, watch out. Oof, those chemicals burning my throat on the way down. You do realize that protein is a chemical. Carbohydrates are a chemical. Different fat compounds are chemicals. Your DNA is a chemical. Your flesh is a chemical. You are literally a composition of chemicals put together into a life form. Something being a chemical does not magically make it scary.
Vegans don't get it. There's no...
No, you don't get it. You don't understand that you need to have more than 3 brain cells before you can start just talking about shit like this. Because it's really not that complicated, and you're failing beyond belief. Also, I'm taking a screenshot of this face because it's fucking hilarious. Yoink. Save that one for the lads.
Escaping the circle of life. Do you want to, be a guinea pig? Do you want to just test all this fake food?
In order for something to be fake, it would have to not be it. Like, for example, right? If I were to have a fake water bottle, right? It would be something that is not a water bottle, but has the appearance of a water bottle. Or, if I were to have something that is fake food, you'd probably think maybe it's a little toy that looks like food, or maybe it's an art sculpture that looks like food. But something that you can consume, that has calories, that has nutrients, is fucking food.
You want to be the one to test it? You want to be the one to give it to your body?
like really the continuation of this bullshit just I would just have to repeat myself.
To force your body to digest that crap?
You hear that, guys? You really gonna force your body to absorb soy protein? What are you? Are you some kind of soy boys, huh? You really gonna let them test their soy protein that's already something that's been put in other foods all the fucking time? You really gonna let them put that in your body? How? I can't believe you're so insane that you would eat a burger that has heme iron in it. Don't you know that's a chemical? We'll just ignore the fact that heme iron is also in the meat that she eats, and we'll ignore that that all the chemicals that are in these fucking mock meats that are unhealthy are them just mimicking the shit she wants to eat. Or the fact that even despite that, since there's no dietary cholesterol, even though I'm still ethically against fucking like Impossible and fucking Beyond Meat, they're still healthier than your fucking animal abuse burger because they still don't have cholesterol. They still have less saturated fat as far as I know. So, I don't know. Eat my ass, I guess.
When you don't even know what you're eating?
What do you mean you don't know what you're eating? It's on the back of the fucking package. Just you fucking dunce. Like, what do you mean? Bro, literally, you just grab any food item, and you can literally turn it around. You can read everything that's in it. It's right there. If you don't know what's in your food, that's your fault. Because it's right there for you. Shit, even as children, we're taught, make sure you read those shitty nutrition labels so you know what you're eating, and then people just kind of go, I wonder what's in this. Well, no way to find out. Because I guess it's better to feign ignorance when you have it right there, and then just, what kind of oil do they use in Beyond? I don't know. I don't buy their shit, so couldn't tell you.
When all you have to do is drink some milk or eat some cheese and you'll feel a lot better, but it's all or nothing for you.
You'll feel a lot better, huh? Yep, you know how it is, guys. You'll have, I don't know, the chronic anal leakage, and then you'll eat one cheese, and magically you'll grow 6 inches taller. Your hormones will perfectly be in balance, and you won't be anything like everyone else who consumes these things and is a sick, dying, fat piece of shit. Nope, you will magically be healthy, consuming things that make other people unhealthy. Despite all the research, quiet you. Despite all the research, nope, she knows. Anyway, let's see how much more we can suffer before I decide to just fucking throw myself out the window.
You can't even accept that maybe you need to go vegetarian.
Sorry. Vegetarians are gross. Anyway, why the fuck would I become a vegetarian? Why would I support the abuse of chickens and cows for what? Like what will I gain from taking their lives away so that I can eat fucking chicken ovum and fucking mammary secretions? That sounds so much more appealing than just, I don't know, an apple. I think I'll just go with like a pear or something. Shit, I could just, or maybe just, I don't know, eat a banana or an orange. Maybe some oatmeal, pasta maybe, some rice, preferably brown rice. Literally just anything that'll provide you with that. If you want to get some extra fat in there, you can fucking either eat something with fat in it like an avocado, or pour some oil on your food and stir fry the bitch. Like, what? Oh no, it's so difficult to just eat, I guess. It's so difficult that you must go through you must abuse animals. You can't dare just eat food. Just eat plant foods and move on with the dietary aspect of your life, you know. Oh, damn, you're right. I forgot about the estrogen, the estrogen, the cholesterol, the saturated fats, uh, the fucking all these things that we definitely need to keep ourselves healthy. Of course, what a fool I was. We definitely need our we need all our vitamins and nutrients. Like vitamin 7. Anyway, let's keep moving.
That maybe you could just eat eggs and
No,
oysters and
no,
clams,
no,
and maybe you can eat cheese,
no,
milk.
no.
I'm telling you, vegans, when you come back to the real world and you actually take a glass of milk,
I mean, it'll be a glass of oat milk, and I've been in the real world for quite a while. I think it sucks here, by the way. Car insurance is awful, and yeah, the real world sucks, and I would prefer the world without the animal abuse, because then it'd just be significantly better without the animal abuse.
and you drink it, it's gonna taste like pure cream to
I'm not gonna make the sex joke, but just know I wanted to make the sex
you.
joke.
That's how it tasted to me. I was like, what the fuck have I been missing?
I mean, if you want a pure cream, I don't think what you've been missing is milk. Anyway,
This shit is delicious.
this shit is delicious is something I say when I drink some oat milk, maybe some soy milk. I prefer oat milk, even though soy milk it's got more calories. It's more useful to make shakes, but I can literally just sit down and just drink a glass of oat milk. Especially, I love to bake some cookies real quick, get some oat milk in a nice glass, dip it in there, eat the cookie, and then drink the milk. Some nice oat milk is great. Whoever was the one who decided to make plant milk out of oats, they are the real MVP, and they deserve a big old thumbs up. Also, cow's milk tastes like fucking ass, and not in the good way. Like, I remember the taste of milk. It's not a good taste. It's just this weird, like it has this weird texture that's not fun for the tongue. First of all, and second, the taste is just this very strange. Yeah, sure, it's creamy, but it's like creamy is not a is not a texture you want to feel in your mouth when the taste is awful. No, whatever. But oat milk, that's just creamy as fucking. Mm, mm, mm. That's some good shit right there.
There's nothing like it. Almond milk is water.
No, it's not. It's water and almonds. You fucking stupid piece of shit. Come on, it's literally the ingredients: water, almonds.
You might as well just say drink water.
I mean, is there something wrong with drinking water? You need to stay hydrated.
Almond milk doesn't do shit.
Almond milk doesn't do shit. What is it?
Almond milk doesn't taste like milk. So
It's not supposed to taste like milk, you dumbass. It's not the point. The point is that it's called milk to be familiar with, so it's familiar for fucking dumbasses who need to have something familiar as they move forward. In reality, you can just call it fucking oat juice for all I care. Shit tastes the same no matter what you fucking call it. I mean, it's probably my least favorite plant milk I've tried, but it's still alright.
almond milk does not taste like milk.
Again, not supposed to taste like milk. It's made of almonds. It's almond milk. It's not called vegan milk and then just so happens to be made of almonds, but the intention is to make it taste like milk. It's almond milk. The bitch is supposed to taste like almonds. That's the point. It's made of almonds for that purpose. But it's a liquid so that you can enjoy that nice almondy goodness. I don't know, with cereal, I guess. And then or you can use it for baking, or just drink it if you want to drink almond juice. Yeah. Also, again, team oat milk. I bet you she wouldn't be flying off at the mouth like this about oat milk, but she'll fucking have a mouthgasm drinking some fucking oat milk. I bet you.
They're literally.
Exactly. Peanut butter doesn't taste like butter. Coconut milk doesn't taste like milk. Quit your bitching.
Nut juice.
Oh, gotta love some good old nut juice. That'll get you going in the morning.
That's what this is. When you drink your oats, do you know if they're soaking those oats?
Do I know if they're soaking those oats? Yeah, because if they don't, and someone gets sick from their product, that's a lawsuit. So yes, I'm quite aware that they are soaking their almonds.
You know if
or almonds, that they're soaking their oats. Plus, I'm pretty sure you have to soak them. I'm pretty sure like part of that whole process is you got to soak them twice anyway. So.
They're making it to where your body can digest those oats.
What do you mean making it where your body can digest those oats? The human body can digest oats. You know, oatmeal, the food people have been eating for quite a while. Or just oats before oatmeal? The fuck? I'm always baffled when people can say things so fucking brain dead but look so smug about it.
Did you even know you're supposed to soak your legumes and seeds?
Yes, because I actually put in the 2 seconds to go, how make this? And then I went, oh, you have to soak it. Okay. Unless they come in a can, then they're pre-soaked.
And oats, did you know that?
Also with oats, soaking them is part of how you make them, and in a lot of cases they pre-soak the oats. They prepare them so that you can make them quickly in most cases. But if you're making like steel cut oats, then you need to soak those for them to absorb moisture. Also, people like you have to, if you make dried beans, you have to soak the beans. That's basic knowledge. Like, and then people who don't know that aren't eating dried beans. They're eating it out of a can, in which case they're pre-soaked and pre-cooked. And with other legumes, like with peanuts typically when you buy peanuts, they're already roasted, so they've already been cooked. They're past all that. Chia seeds, people who eat chia seeds know they need to be soaked if they've either looked at the back of the package or looked up what chia seeds are before they ate them. See, the thing is with beans, you can just cook them straight, but then you get all farty. So but you don't have to soak them overnight though. You can literally just you can just boil water and then soak them for like an hour or two before you cook them, and then just to get deal with that whole situation, and then after that you can just cook them, get your seasonings in there, eat them. Also, speaking of beans, can we talk about how great red kidney beans are? Just throw them in a pot, cook them for like 30 minutes with some seasoning, some onions, some garlic, and just go to town. Now I'm hungry.
Most vegans don't.
Bitch, how you know? Did you take a poll of vegans to know how many of them are aware that you need to soak dried beans? And oats that aren't already processed, which by the way, processed another word that I fucking pisses me off. Absac. Look, that's the reason you don't get all farty is probably because you're based and eat beans every day, and when you eat beans every day, then your body builds up a tolerance, and then you get less farty. It's the whole fiber situation, where you just gotta build up the immunity, and then instead of being farty, you just have a good time. Also, I think I'm now noticing that Michael Eskew is a few minutes behind. Anyway, what was I saying? What was I saying?
Okay. Most vegans don't.
Huh. Yeah, lost it. Don't remember what I was saying.
Okay, so I just wanted to give another update on what's going on with my interviews.
Can you interview your last two brain cells, because I'd like to know what they have to say about this.
I definitely still have that Brangen
That Bragan Veeg frog, dude. Is she gonna say that she has the good old vegan brain dog?
I definitely still have that vegan brain fog.
This one I in particular I enjoy. What is this? What causes brain fog? Number of possible causes of brain fog, including pregnancy, certain medications, over-the-counter or prescribed cancer treatment, diabetes, thyroid conditions, migraines, arthritis, dehydration, menopause, multiple sclerosis, chronic fatigue syndrome, depression, lupus, and Alzheimer's disease. Y'all see a plant-based diet up there? Because I don't. Also, let's just look at this list of things. Medications, diabetes, thyroid conditions, migraines, arthritis, dehydration, chronic fatigue syndrome, depression, lupus, Alzheimer's disease, etc. Several of these things are common things that people deal with. I deal with migraines. Most people with female genitals go through menopause at some point. Dehydration is some shit that's really easy to happen. It's very easy to get brain fog. It seems very easy to do so, if you're an idiot, or if you're either an idiot, if you're under certain treatments, or if you have certain conditions. So those are the options. Either A, you're sick, B, your medications are doing it to you, or C, or 3, you're a dumbass who doesn't know how to drink water. So first of all, I just find it interesting that, remember, all of these people who claim to have vegan brain fog are the same people who are like, I almost died because I wasn't getting proper nutrition. Now I'm curious. When someone is under eating, they are consuming fewer calories than their body needs to function correctly. This can have severe impacts on energy levels, causing feelings of physical tiredness and mental fatigue, which may impair a person's daily functions. Oh, what a surprise. The person who is too stupid to feed themselves properly, their brain did not get enough energy to function properly. Although it seems
And
that their brain still isn't functioning properly, so maybe this wasn't a new issue.
my interview with Bart, which I thought was supposed to be today, is actually not until next week. I will put myself on the line. I'll put my very own credibility out there and say what I think
I
and
don't
say
care.
blind. That doesn't mean that you should tell me or anybody else how to be, how to react in a situation. Tell
Hold up.
me or anybody else. I decided to change my mind. That doesn't mean that you
Change your
decide to
mind
delete
over.
it out
I
there.
just wanted to skip the part about her interview. I don't care.
and say what I think and say what I want. And if I decide to delete it later, I decided to change.
Okay, I guess now she's just talking about her shitty content. I don't care. So, today we learned that, and that's about it. That's what we learned. So, I hope you all enjoyed learning from the chucklefuck over here. That was awful. I guess let's take a cursory look at the comments and see if I get angry. Once you've gone full vegan and back again, you don't have that guilt with eating meat anymore. Cool. Guess just rather than just continue to act ethically, just keep doing the thing that's wrong until you just can cope with it, I guess. It's sad that everyone thinks meat is unhealthy. Our ancestors ate it for health and strength. No, the fuckers ate it because it was either that or die. But try again. Makes me feel invigorated. You look awesome, by the way. Yep, sure. It's not calories or anything that make you have energy. You have a lot of great things to say. Like what? What was one thing she said that wasn't either incoherent or unfounded? Since going carnivore, I'm done. Like, I'm done. That's enough of that. That was awful. Anyway. Let's switch back. Yo, look at a good old Dilbert and Jerry Seinfeld over there. Look at them go. Anyway, I noticed the comments again. You can tell you can if you're very spiritually involved like she is. Well, I'm my well after watching the video, I've become very spiritually connected with my body, and what's that? You want to die? Oh, well, there you go, guys. My body wants to die after witnessing that. That was awful, and I did not enjoy any of it. Nothing about it was funny, and it wasn't even like so stupid that I could enjoy it. It just made me upset. Bruh. Anybody want to suffer more, or would you rather just enjoy the sweet look of Dilbert's sexy dance moves? It'd be funny if she didn't actually believe it, or try to convince others that she knows shit. I don't understand how someone like that convinces anyone of anything. 'Cause she didn't say anything. She didn't say anything of substances. It was vegans are stinky, and I'm tired of being guilty for being an animal abuser. Anyway, jobs are shouldn't be exhausting, and veganism is like a job, and sand in the gas tank, and it's like what? Like who's convinced by this? Who's out here? Who's out here on these streets, going, "Yep, somebody saying random bullshit. That does it for me." It just makes my brain, all my neurons are they're just firing at full force. Look at Dilbert go. Ugh. Pain. Sexy Dilbert, huh? Hmm. the more I scroll, the things I'm seeing just make me upset. Like it's just so it's just so much unbelievably just stupid drivel. I don't want to look at this. This it's just sad. No, she has no authority or knowledge for it. No evidence. Struggled to form sentences. Couldn't walk straight. Who takes advice from someone like that? People who struggle to walk even more, and people whose brains are just and just well, there are no brains, just an empty chasm in their skull. They've got like two little fucking shakers in there, so when they move their head really fast, it makes a funny sound. Bruh. Okay. Like I can't put myself through any more suffering. So unless you guys have something to make me suffer through, I'm not doing it to myself. You can't make me. See you around, Michael. Even though I'm pretty sure he's like 5 minutes behind, so he's probably not gonna hear me say goodbye. I, frankly, I am I'm ready for the Discord to move forward, get some people in there. Maybe I can argue with them on here. Make them stop abusing animals and shit. That'd be nice. But I'm curious. Does anybody here have any ideas to add to the server? Since we're making changes beyond what we're already doing, you know. And for those who missed that part at the beginning, the things that are already changing, obviously cracking down on misconduct towards especially minors, but towards adults as well. Unfortunately, our server is no longer associated with the Vegan Gays YouTube channel. It will now be associated with this channel, and we are as well as we are changing the name, we're rebranding, and we will be becoming a full-on animal rights advocacy server. You know, so. Right, you'd love to see me suffer? That's what I read. Perp. That's what I read. Um, Let me see. Perfect. Look at him go. Yeah, we will be changing the icon. Maybe we'll make it Dilbert over here. If you don't suffer, you're not doing it right. Then I guess I'm doing it right, because I'm still suffering after that. Like I'm still baffled by just witnessing someone just say absolutely nothing of substance, and then people look at that and go, "Yep, I have been edified. My brain has expanded. I am now a galaxy brain, thanks to you saying vegans wrong because science is a lie, I guess. The scientists are all lying, and it couldn't possibly be that I'm incoherent. Sorry, incompetent. And incoherent, but I meant to say incompetent. You want to see Dilbert twerk? Whoa, Perp, you're gonna have to relax. Dilbert he can only vibe That's all he does. All day, every day. Look at him go. Who will be doing debates? All our usual lad debaters notified. Well, as it stands, whoever the fuck wants to, frankly, whoever wants to go on there and discuss animal rights, then you are welcome to. I kind of have to, as leadership. I gotta get out there and start arguing for animal rights. If I expect other people to do the same, so. People are voting satanic cult, but that was a joke. Rip. Hold on. Will Ferrell, are you 80s Slim Shadys? Because that'd be hilarious if you can't talk in my chat, even though I have you as a moderator. No, I just have to sit here and wait because of latency. I noticed you haven't responded to what I've said yet. Oh boy. Okay. That's really strange. So I guess you're just shadow banned from just streams in general. That's really odd. Especially like you just can't. Oh, damn, you're right. I gotta say it upside down. That's really odd, especially like to be shadow banned from my voice. No, sorry, from my text chat that you've never been in before, and you're a moderator, but you just, excuse me, still can't talk in there. It's really fucking weird. YouTube gets on my nerves. I guess I'm gonna hop off in a few minutes, but how long have we been here? Damn, it's been almost 2 hours. Let's see, did the moderator or anything work? Yep. Yeah, it's epic cringe. Yeah, he didn't do anything, guys. Come on. Also, there's a roaming friend in here you may see just walk around in the background. He's probably going to get a drink of water. You know how cats are. Getting thirsty and shit. You may see him from time to time, but thing is, there's another chair in here, and he's made it his chair. You know, he used to just kind of chill over there, or you'd just see him walk around, or maybe even sit on the floor over here. But He's got his own chair. He was sitting in there earlier. You might have seen him. Nope, there he goes. Oh, other way. Oh, where'd he go? There you are. There he is. I would advise against wasting perfectly good maple candy on Perp's head. Come here, buddy. Yeah. He's a very friendly little guy. Grand Ultimate Villain, welcome. Yeah, I'm a musician. Also, welcome to the chat. Grand Ultimate Villain, it's been a while. Well. He got his claw stuck in my shirt, so. Well. Bro. Hold on. What if I just kinda. Yeah. There we go. Now he's dancing on my finger. There we go. Just kinda. There you go. Give him a nice pat on the head. Probably in lame metric. Man, I see you guys are having your own little party in this chat. I don't know. What if I react to something that won't aggravate me? Let's see. Let's see what we got. YouTube's weird. There we go. Let's enjoy. Let's just enjoy animals not suffering for a bit. Let's see what we got. Yeah, sure. Let's look at that. That's good stuff right there. A nice vegan sanctuary. Look at him. Look at him go. Let's enjoy some cute animals being cute and stuff. Isn't that nice? Look at him go. Now, isn't this infinitely less awful than what we just saw like 10 minutes ago? This right here, this is where it's at. Well, that was a nice 2 minutes of peace and prosperity rather than suffering. I hope everyone enjoyed not suffering for a few seconds. Now let's see if we can get right back into the suffering. Let's see. Oh boy. Wow, that is beyond awful. Yeah, I'm not doing that to myself. I'd rather not. Yeah, no. I watched about like 20 seconds of a Bobby's perspective video and then realized that it just wasn't worth it. So instead, you can enjoy Dilbert, John Perry, and Jerry Seinfeld all doing their thing. I'm not watching anything anymore because after, like I said, after 20 seconds, I was done. You know what? Why not? This popped up in my feed. Let's see what happens. Ooh, look at that. Let's see how this goes. Whatever. I don't know what's gonna happen. I've never seen this video before. So. All right, let's see what happens. Hold on. There we go. Have fun with your exam, loser. Yeah, not cool enough to stay at the stream. I get it. You got nerd shit to do. volume is low? Oh. I forgot. I'm a fool. I forgot I muted it. So you didn't have to hear YouTube starting to play videos before I'm ready.
Oh, the being.
Right.
I get,
Yeah.
I get it. I'm glad I did this interview. 'Cause it's making me question, like, maybe I would change my lifestyle and my eating habits,
Yeah.
for the animal to have a life too. You know?
So I'm going to start off asking you a couple like sort of diagnostic questions
Oh,
to see
God.
where your head's at,
Okay.
just kind of where you're coming from, and then from there we'll kind of
Okay.
progress. Okay.
Okay.
It's okay. You don't have to be nervous.
Okay.
You can eject at any time. You can say I don't want to talk about this anymore. And leave.
Okay.
Yeah. No pressure. All right. First question. It's okay to walk up to a person and punch them in the head if it gives you sensory pleasure.
No.
Okay. No. That's an easy one.
Okay.
It's okay to punch a pillow if it gives you sensory pleasure.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no.
All right. It's okay to walk up to a dog and punch them in the head
No.
if it gives you. That's a quick one on the dog. Definitely not okay with dogs.
No.
Okay. It's okay to walk up to a pig and punch them in the head if it gives you sensory pleasure.
No.
Okay. So the pig, the dog, the person, where they're very like firm nose.
Right.
And the pillow you were kind of like it.
Right.
Sort of thing. So what's the difference between those?
Well, obviously, like a human, like you want to respect the person, and you just shouldn't put your hands on anyone, no matter what the situation is. And then obviously, you treat the same as an animal. So, I mean, the pillow, it's like an object, so it's like not harmless, but like still, you still want to value your thing. So, and then I think, well, if you're punching a pillow, then you may need to go see some help.
Okay, so there might be something. Yeah, there might be some psychological.
Yeah,
stuff. Okay.
exactly.
So then the pig, the dog, the person, those are living things, right?
Right.
Okay. They can experience something, right? Whereas the
Right,
pillow
they
can't.
experience emotions.
Okay, emotions, yeah. Do they experience pain?
Yeah.
Okay, they experience pain, emotions, all that sort of thing. Okay, cool. All right, so next question. Questions are going to get a little harder. Not factually harder.
Okay.
Just maybe harder emotionally.
Okay.
So I just want to let you know. All right, so do you purchase or consume any sort of animal products?
Yeah. Well, I eat meat, so I guess is that the question?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. And so when we produce that meat, do you think there's any pain caused to the animals?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is, unfortunately.
Yeah. Like what kind of things do you think happen?
I mean, they die. I mean, they feel like they're I mean, they feel them, of course.
Yeah.
And some actually psychologically, emotionally know that they're actually about to get slaughtered. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so here we have this lady. Oh wait, no, that's right. I've been moved, so now she's over there, in that direction for you guys. So I already noticing a very obvious difference between this lady's response to his questions and dipshit from before, where earlier it was, it's all about me. I'm the victim here. Whereas here we have an individual who's actually able to understand that their actions have consequences for others. Well, let's see how that goes. Let's hope it continues.
For sure. And do you think it's possible to be healthy without eating
Oh,
animal
absolutely.
products?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's twice already that she's proved that she has just a significantly larger amount of brain cells than dipshit. So we're moving in a good direction. So far, I'm not in pain. Let's go.
Okay. Do you think it can be affordable to
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Big brain, massive brain, fat brain,
Okay.
giant brain.
So we've got it's affordable, you can be healthy not eating animal products. So I guess my question sort of is, we were just talking a second ago about, not hurting a human, a dog, or a pig for sensory pleasure. So would you say that the reason that you're eating the meat is for sensory pleasure?
No, it's just what I grew up with. But I'm like, I can kind of go without meat, but it's just something that I grew up with. So I'm just so used to eating it. We just came from Dame's Chicken and Waffles, so I just had chicken.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So then it's kind of like habit, sort of like what you. Okay. So then, would you say that if I sort of switch that for these things, like it's okay to walk up to a person and punch them in the head because it's part of my habit, or I can punch a dog because it's part of my
okay.
habit? Would that be an acceptable reason in those cases?
Still no. I think I covered your questions. I know where you're going. Still no. No, it's not acceptable. But I see where you're going with these questions. With the animals, I see where you're heading.
Foresight. Hello, Vajami. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. you missed almost everything. You missed the announcement. You missed the suffering. You missed the cute animals. Now we're just kind of watching this and not suffering, which is nice. But welcome to the stream.
So now it's still not acceptable.
Yeah. Have you ever sort of thought about this much before? Has anyone ever brought this sort of up to you before?
No, but I do like.
I do always find this interesting. I find this interesting very often when it comes to advocacy with people. I feel like when you find someone who's never interacted with vegans before, not necessarily that, someone who's never encountered the fucking straw man memes of vegans before, their brain typically is able to process the questions and start to understand the position that's being put towards them. Even here, where he's just asking simple questions, she's already figured it out. She's already at the point where she's realizing, oh yeah, what I've been doing is fucked up. But for some reason, then you have people who literally refuse to use their brain, the brain they were given, and instead are just like, vegans cringe and science is a lie, and they're all wrong because I was too stupid to feed myself. And you have people who have not been given who've not been given these weird ideas of vegans, and then you have people who think all kinds of whacked out shit that have nothing to do with veganism, and then they fail. Thought it was gonna be at 1 p.m., but I read it wrong. You fool! You were wrong, and now you know what? You should feel bad about it. How dare you? Read better.
For voting questions, that's why I'm kind of glad I did it.
Mm-hmm.
So no one's ever done it.
So, like, I guess my question sort of is, like, what do you think is sort of would be stopping you from sort of ceasing to purchase sort of animal products in the future? What do you think is like a big hurdle there?
Honestly, it's not. It's just probably self-discipline, just knowing like just won't eat meat anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just more self-discipline, knowing that there are other alternatives out there. Like, I actually don't like dairy, so I choose to do substitutes of other things. So it's just self-discipline.
Yeah, right on. So let me ask you sort of kind of one more kind of line of questions. How bad, like, so let me set this up first. Most animals, so around 99% of animals come from farms that most people would call like factory farms.
Yeah.
So very crowded, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So given that, how bad, like on a scale of 1 to 10, do you think most of those conditions are for the animals? So 1 being not too bad,
horrible.
10 being...
Another thing, another difference is other lady. I'm tired of feeling guilty. So I'm going to come to the conclusion that what I'm doing is perfectly fine. And here we have a sensible individual over here who's going, oh, this is wrong. It's not a good thing to do.
Being like absolutely awful.
I mean, probably like a 2. It's probably bad.
Okay. Oh, so 10 was the worst one.
Oh, 10 is the worst.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so probably I would say like a 9.
Like a 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty bad. Okay. All right.
I mean, from what I'm, researching stuff,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty bad.
Right. Well, I mean, I agree. What do you know about it? What's the worst thing that you know?
I mean, just what they're eating, and then what they're eating, we consume. So that's probably worse, and then just the conditions of like everything's crowded and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah. If I told you that, like 80 to 85% of pigs are put into gas chambers,
Really?
yeah, would you? Would that be a surprise to you?
No.
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 Yeah. What's kind of like, I guess, like your favorite thing to eat? I guess.
As far as meat wise, or just anything?
Yeah, as far as animal products, I'm gonna try to ruin it for you right now.
Bacon.
Well, yeah. So there's the thing. So
Bacon.
almost any of the bacon you buy, right?
Yeah.
That animal was in a gas chamber at one point.
I know.
All right, so I think this is a good conversation so far. So let me kind of just like go over a couple things at the end. So, what do you value more? The sort of the life and the suffering of a sentient being, or sort of habit, sensory pleasure?
Oh, the being.
Right.
I get.
Yeah.
I get it. glad I did this interview. 'Cause it's making me question, like, maybe I would change my lifestyle and my eating habits,
Yeah.
for the animal to have a life too.
All right, so we're just going to ignore all my weird, inappropriate laughing and focus on the rest of the conversation. I don't really know why I do that. Maybe.
That was pretty refreshing, actually. That wasn't it nice to watch someone use their brain for a few minutes? That was pretty cool. Yeah, but anyway, I think we're done because I think if I watch another anti-vegan video, I'm actually just going to go into a blood rage and just start creating humanely slaughtered human meat. So, fuck. So the announcements have been given out. I hope you enjoyed me rambling like a dipshit over videos and then also Dilbert and Jerry Seinfeld over here. So you guys have a good one, and I guess I'll see you in the server. And next time you see me, hopefully my whole setup will be less bare bones and sad. Yeah, so everyone, have a good one. Keep eating your vegetables, and make sure you start eating cats, because that's the ethical thing to do. Right? Exactly. As long as it's local, humanely slaughtered human or cat meat, then it's all fine. I'm just giving the stream a few seconds to catch up before I click stop streaming so I can finish my sentence.